Hi, I'm Matthew Berknatter. I'm with Professor KJ Cho. It's a largely computational group, but we're expanding our capabilities over the last several years into actual battery material synthesis, testing, and optimization. So here we have the equipment to synthesize the material, scale it up, in the glove box, argon filled, make half cells with lithium metal if we're studying cathodes or even anodes, and test the coin cells for long time cycling performance and even pushing the boundary of energy density.
Hello everyone, my name is Jia Yi. I'm a PhD student in Dr. Su's group. Dr. Su is doing research related to next generation energy storage battery. Uh, so what I'm doing is related to electrolyte. What you see me doing here is making a coin cell. Other team member in our group is doing research related to solid state batteries, and we are now incorporating state of the art artificial intelligence to help us develop electrolytes for batteries.
Hi, my name is Chris. I work with Professor Amy Walker here at UTD in the Materials Science Department, and we do materials deposition, and we do this by photo-assisted chemical vapor deposition and chemical bath deposition. We also do some work on art restoration of historic artifacts, and right now you can see another one of our students, Tammy, who is in the process of getting the reactor ready for the next experiment, where right now he is removing the precursor holder.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn. I work with Dr. Rafiq Adu at UTD, and our lab mainly focuses on working with semiconductors, and we study the surfaces and interfaces of semiconductors, and we use mainly tools like X-ray photoelectron spectroscopy and scanning tunneling microscopy to study these surfaces. And we also do work with space coatings for satellites, and coatings that resist certain atomic oxygen effects.
Hello, I'm Dan Lee and I'm a postdoc.
Hello, myself Shovik Day. I am a PhD student.
We're in Professor Ji Young Kim group. In Professor Ji Young Kim group, we're working on different material using atomic layer deposition technique. We focus on advanced materials such as dielectric material, metal oxide, and hybrid thin film for various applications such as MIM capacitor for memory and logic devices. We're also working on dry EUV photoresist material.
So currently I'm working on high temperature deposition plasma assisted boron nitride. This project is funded by NASA. So here we are trying to deposit boron nitride and tungsten nitride layer by layer atomic layer deposition for X-ray mirror application. So we have the system, that is plasma ALD and CVD system. Here I am loading, here two chamber is there, at high vacuum chamber and low log chamber. In low log chamber I am inserting the sample, loading the sample. After that we make it vacuum and transfer to the high vacuum chamber.
Hi, my name is Li Fang and I work with Professor Mu Kim's group. My supervisor, Professor Mu Kim, is a microscope expert, so I learn microscope with him. He gave me a lot of help for how to improve my skills, back knowledge about microscopes. And what we are working in our groups is first I'm working on the scanning transmitter electron microscope, study of the gallium nitride high electron mobility transistors for the purpose of reliability. So it can enable us to do real-time analyzing and observation of whole device changing. And also we do collaborations with the industrial and the academic, so help industrial to do some failure analysis and help the university to characterize some samples like a nanoparticle or something kind of this. So the tool what we used is this one. This is a microscope. This is an atomic resolution microscope. It's very good. So it carries 0.8 angstrom resolution. So that means we can see atom position or atom arrangement of crystal materials. So for example, for this one, this is the silica 110 plane. So we can see the silica atom position like this. So that's a very wonderful equipment. I'm very interested in work on it. And so welcome to join our group, and you will experience a very wonderful nano world. Thank you.
I'm Nargol, and I'm with Dr. Brenner's group. We do fabrication and characterization of 2D materials. So in order to characterize these materials, we use Raman spectroscopy to study the thermal properties of these materials. So what Raman does is that it shines the laser to the material, and most of the laser goes back, but some of it absorbs by the material. So what it does is it vibrates the atoms in the materials, and it isn't localized to one atom. It just spreads out to neighboring atoms. And this fact that the vibrational energy transfer between atoms is phonons. So we study the phonons, and for example, when we heat up the materials, we can see that the wavelength of the peaks changes because the material lattice is expanding, and so that it means that it's softening and the wavelength is shifting. And also the intensity decreases by raising the temperature, and it means that there are more phonons occupied. So in this case, we can study the heat dissipation in the material.
Hi, my name is Renan. I work with Professor Quevedo. In this group, we are working in some semiconductor material. In general, we work with perovskite, silicon devices, gallium nitride devices. Main application is for the harsh environment application. In general, for the material, we have many projects related with the memory store or memories. We have some projects related with the batteries, nuclear batteries in general. In principle, we are working different kind of semiconductor and try to find how these devices or this material has some defects or some electrical issues when you expose to the radiation. Radiation similar to particle or photon with high energy.
Hi, I'm Monet, and I'm with the Quevedo group, and we're a group that is a mix of chemists, material scientists, and engineers, and we specialize in materials for semiconductors. And now we're going to show you a little bit of our lab space and how some of the equipment for those applications work. Here's the XPS, and this particular instrument is used to determine the atomic composition of the materials that we work with. And here is the CSS, which is for closed space sublimation. And this system is really interesting because it produces some of the highest crystalline quality in perovskite materials in our field of research. And here's the probe station that we use to measure the electrical properties of the devices that we fabricate. And this is the Hall effect system that we have, and it's used to measure electrical properties of our materials, such as resistivity, mobility, and much more.
Hi, my name is Adam Grushetsky, and I'm a graduate researcher in Dr. Chadwin Young's research group. Our lab focuses primarily on electrical characterization as well as reliability testing, where we study the effects of electrical or thermal stress on semiconductor devices. My work typically begins by fabricating semiconductor devices down in the clean room. Once I have that completed, I'll come up here to the lab and load my samples into the probe station where I can make electrical contact with the devices. I then come to my semiconductor characterization system where I can select the proper test and configure any settings I need. After that's executed, I can extract data on various processing conditions on novel materials and devices.
Hi, my name is Sarah.
My name is Pranay. We are both with Dr. Vandenberg's group.
I work with designing optimized avalanche photodiodes.
And I work on quantum transport modeling on 2D materials.
In our work, we integrate Bayesian optimization, analytical calculation, and also TCAD simulation for designing optimized avalanche photodiodes.
Other than TCAD simulations, we also build our own in-house transport codes. So we use our own codes to model and simulate devices. There are other people in our group who work on neuromorphic computing platforms, DFT calculations, and some others work on Bayesian optimization.
There are also people working on FinFETs, and we have other students working on different dielectrics and also LDMOS, designing optimized LDMOS